Today we're going to talk about a kid named Emmanuel Haro. We get so many emails and all that, it's hard to follow and get back to people, but we got so many suggestions to do this video and so many links to so many videos about it. We're listening to you. We're not going to pass it up. Everybody's saying it looks a little bit iffy, to say the least. So let's take a look at that video and then we'll talk about that.
I fell on the floor and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white. And a hearing sound, I fell on the floor and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck and I ran into Big Five and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy. He smiled.
All right. So, did you see anything that looked deceptive, anybody? What do we got?
Dude, so you know what POV, where you talk about POV, when people are like just kind of giving some of these testimonies, there's so many POV words where she said, I got up and I couldn't find my son. Not he was missing or he was gone. I couldn't find him. I searched the truck. From her POV, if it was real, it would much more likely be a description of what she discovered, not what she couldn't do. Like, he was gone. I felt sick. My head hurt. I wasn't there. When you hear somebody tell a story, they fill in known details. So if I got hit in the head, I don't know that I got hit in the head, right? 'Cause I went out unconscious, but later I discovered that I was hit in the head. I will say I was hit in the head. I fell onto the ground, and we're hearing floor. She said floor a few times here, which is weird.
I think it's
Maybe
language.
isn't she Spanish
language.
or something?
Yeah, I guess language.
So it could be a language.
There's some language. Also, I think some of the editing is reversed in this clip. Like, I think an earlier part of the interview is probably at the last of it. But actually, to be honest, I don't think that makes a lot of difference. Here's what I'm saying is that there does seem to be a bit of grief in the chin. There's almost some terror in the mouth, but the forehead's doing nothing. So, and I just with the chin boss going and grief and terror in the mouth, that makes a lot of sense. But the forehead doing nothing.
Yeah, but Mark, remember, this chin boss can be grief or shame. So
right, yeah.
That. The other thing,
and the terror could be about the terror of the situation, not the terror of something else.
And for me, the big one is this: when people cry, they cry all out, and they try to talk through crying. There's actually one theory that says that crying is a result of our body being under so much stress, we need the parasympathetic's help. So we explode, and then the parasympathetic comes in, dumps endorphins, and takes over. When the human body starts screaming and crying, it doesn't break opportunity by word. It breaks by syllable. You don't break words up and go, hey, cat, dog, chicken. You go, cat, dog, chicken. And that's not going on here. We hear her rhythmically crying and breaking up by word. That's interesting for me. And there's no grief in her forehead. Mark, I see that. And there's no tears. Where are those?
The thing is,
I see no water.
What you're talking about, Greg, is that abdominal spasm that happens like little children when they're talking. And what she's doing is she's pushing air out, or they don't push air out. It gets snapped in because your abdomen goes bang, and you go like that in between because you're trying to get oxygen because everything is so squished up in there to be technical.
Yeah, you can see it coming from her shoulders rather than spasming from down there. However, I will say, Scott, in this clip, we don't see the emotion start or the emotion end. We kind of arrive into it. So it's not a great baseline if we've got other clips to look at.
Did anybody also notice that the place that she chooses to have all the emphasis is not the missing child, it's I saw white. There's a whole lot of stuff going on there. Eye accessing is all over the place. She's avoiding eye contact. It's not accessing.
But for the white, I think what she's seeing is someone's held up a mirror and she's seen her sclera. And I think that's what she's seeing. It's so white. She's not crying or anything. For people watching, sclera is the white part of your eye. It is white as the driven snow. There's nothing wrong with that. Not red or anything.
Let me add just one more thing. It is a clear abduction story, though. It's not like, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what went on. It's a clear abduction story, so there is that.
Here's
Why
a
didn't
question
she
I wish
say
somebody
someone
would
took
ask.
him?
Please.
Do what?
Yeah.
Why didn't she say someone took him? She says he wasn't there.
Oh, and why isn't she freaking out? Why wasn't she losing her mind when she woke up? You get knocked out, then get up and your baby's gone. You're not going to
And
look
then-
around for the baby under the truck and all that. You're going to start screaming. And then when you go into Big Five or whatever it is, you're not going to say, "Did you see someone with a baby in here?" You're going to say, "Call the police. Someone's got my baby. Please help me." You're going to freak out.
There's one other point. I would ask which side of the car she was on for one reason. If you're in the back seat on the right side of the car, which she probably was if she's traveling with someone, where she would have all the baby stuff, it's really hard to punch her in that side of her face with the door on that side.
She got to be
So I would ask,
left-handed.
but you still got to go around the door.
Yeah.
If you're standing face to face, which she apparently wasn't, she didn't see the guy, you would have to be on the left side of the car for somebody to be able to hit you in the face there. It's just a lot.
You're right. If it's a clear abduction story, she would be going into the store going, "Somebody's taken my baby. Have you seen a baby?" Because the baby can't get out and walk its way through. It has to be a story to the store people of stolen baby, not "Have you seen a baby?" Yeah, probably seen a lot of babies going around.
Oh, I agree with you.
And you know what else is missing? Any
Ears.
narration of the body. When she's saying, "I'm searching the truck," or "I got hit on the side of the head, they hit me on the side of the head." But she mentions being hit twice, like where she hears "Hola," which, we're kind of insinuating she's helping us to visualize an attacker by just saying the language that they spoke. But second, when she does this, you see her hand move up in front of her. Every time that they say "Hola," and then she moves her hand this way, not from behind or anything like that. So her hand comes up, which is interesting.
Illustration. Yeah.
I think it's an involuntary narration.
I think you might be right. When I talk about eye movement always, and people think, well, she's accessing memory. When we're looking and you ask me a question, I may look here, I may look there, I may look someplace. I don't look like this. That's eye avoidance. And when you're telling a story and the only time you make hard eye contact with prolonged, elongated vowels, white, all of that piece, that she's putting herself in a place. And this is a reason why she can't remember anything pertinent. It's an eraser is what it is.
Hey panelists, quick intro. I want you to meet Jess, our sponsorship specialist. Hey Jess.
Hi Mark.
Jess, thanks for letting me do this. I just Googled your full name. Now, is your address Los Angeles?
Yes.
And your phone number 21428?
Where are you finding all this information?
Yeah, see, that's the scary part. Your personal info, address, phone, email is out there for anyone to find. All I did was just Google search, and it's not a hack. It's data brokers, companies that collect and sell your information to marketeers, scammers, even identity thieves. And yes, it's totally legal and totally creepy. They're supposed to remove your info if you ask, but they bury that in legalese and red tape, hoping you just give up. Or you can do what we do, which is use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura scans the web for data brokers, sharing your info, and automatically sends opt-out requests on your behalf. Just give it a few days and your personal data starts vanishing from those sketchy sites. But Aura doesn't stop there. It monitors the dark web 24/7 and alerts you fast if your info shows up. It'll warn you if someone tries to open a bank account or credit line in your name. And if something does go wrong, you're covered with up to $5 million in identity theft insurance and a US-based fraud team ready to step in. Plus, Aura includes a world-class VPN so you can browse and shop safely from anywhere. It's privacy, protection, and peace of mind all in one. So go to aura.com/TBP and get 14 days free. That's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info from the internet. Thanks again, Jess. And now back to the show.
Greg, I will say that if I said, I want you to make up a story right now about going to Six Flags and getting lost and completely make it up, then your eyes will do, like we will do that because we're accessing different file cabinets for sure.
But Chase, if you watch her, she doesn't access different file cabinets. She drops her eyes down. She drops her eyes down and down and down. If you ask her a hard question, I agree. If I ask you a question about anything, you're going to have to rifle through memory and opportunity and possibilities and feelings and all of that if you leave the question open-ended enough. But that's not what I'm seeing here.
So check this out, Chase. That hola, she says it with one tone when she tells the story one time and a completely different tone with the next one. Now, if that's the only thing you remember of the abductor, then you would remember the tone, I think. And the story is yeah, absolutely. And you would, that would be ingrained in you. That would be your only information around that. That would be your description of that person, and the description changes. Got to give us some credit. The story doesn't change too much for me, but you may have different views on that. But the tonality of the hola changes completely. That's like a different description of the person. Like in one, they've got they're white with blonde hair, and the other, they're not with no hair at all.
White hair.
It's like, hang on, it's two different people.
What she's talking about, she says hola. That's hello, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Who says hello? Bang. Guys would do something like that. Two guys, when you're standing there and you're looking right at them. Why would he even say anything to the woman? You know what I mean? Why would he say hello? What's that about?
The second hola has all the same characteristics as the I saw white. It's emotional. It wasn't in the first one. To your point, Mark, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff there that's just different. And you only have 4 data points in this entire story. How much jumbling can you do?
Well, that's true.
Also, she talks about him in the past tense. Did you notice that?
Got the baby.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
And it right here, if you just look at all these videos, if like we had a massive repository of these missing child videos, which I think would be great to do a study on, you will see that when it's a real memory, the language is in discovery. Here's what I discovered. Like the car was empty. My head hurt. I was freaking out. Discovery. It's fabrication. You're way more likely to get that POV monologue. Then I stood up. I walked to the side door. I opened the side door. It's kind of a POV monologue. And so I would just say that if you're narrating under stress, that anchors an external reference point instead of internal sensation. And we're hearing a lot of external reference point. And she's not saying his name either, along with the past tense.
Okay, so help me out with this, because later on in the videos that we've got, there are clear, in fact, a number of times, there are clear demands for help, not demands for help. They're asking for help. And in many others of the videos that we've made, we've said that that's a good thing. Like going, look, help us find them. What is the argument against that in this situation?
No, I don't think it is. Mark, I don't think they say help us. I think they have to actually ask, are you going to do a search?
Hey, wait a minute. Let's take a look at that video real quick.
All right.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Great idea.
We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son. He was abducted last night from Big 5. Somebody struck my wife while she was trying to change his diaper. And we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Ukaipa Police Department.
Don't hesitate, just call.
Her name's Emmanuel.
Oh, man. All right, what you guys seeing?
Well, I'll answer my own question there.
All right.
Greg. I still think...
I was wrong, sorry.
Yeah. No, I still think it is a demand for help, but then after it, there's a complete deflection to somebody struck my wife. It's like that shouldn't be important anymore. I mean, I know she may well be important, but she shouldn't be important anymore. It should keep on going down this track of help. Who cares whether you got a smack on the face? It's like, it's gone.
Mark, it's like a bad 911 call. I start building my story. I'm building my story while I'm telling you somebody took the baby. I agree with you. Why would it matter?
He's trying to look helpless and innocent too, because diaper. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't
diaper.
That's gosh.
I think that's subconsciously. I don't think it's conscious, but I think it's like if I say this, that means I'm a good dad. I relate well to children.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't want to watch that again. That irks me more than anything in this whole thing. Diaper.
So now you notice the story shifts from he was gone to I didn't see him. But she actually uses his name here. And I think it's interesting. She's saying the person says hola right before that little action. Like there's an attempt to say what nationality the person was. But where, like, if you heard a voice, you'd mark to your point, there would be gender and sound to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, no matter how many of these you watch, when you see guilty people, they're going to behave in ways that leave open threads and ambiguity where innocent people would feel comfortable tying down this knot. Somebody punched me in the face. It was a man. Someone took our child. Someone took my baby.
And quick to say, I don't know about something that they don't know, rather than try to fill in the blank, to your point, because filling in the blank causes problems. If they don't know, they'll say, look, I don't know. I was standing there. A guy hit me in the side of the face. My next question for her would have been, how'd he hit you from the front?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a direct hit. That is a direct hit. You had to at least turn or do something. And if you're behind a door, all the circumstances of the car, of course, these guys are not going to ask those questions, but I guarantee you the police will, where were you standing? And that's
I'm
why
curious
it starts to come apart.
if somebody they know or her husband is left-handed, because that is a hit from probably a left hand coming around.
Then it's him, because I'm under the, well, I'll tell you what I think at the end. But, and something else, they're not comforting each other. Usually when we see things like this and it's real, then they'll be closer to each other. She sort of leaned away from him. He's got her by the hand. That whole thing looks odd to me. She's leaning away a little bit. He's waving back and forth.
Yep, he's doing the
I'm
elephant.
going to say he's doing a good job of holding the picture, though.
Yeah.
Good job. I'll give him that.
And I'll give you this. And Mark, I'm going to go down your road where he's wearing white.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And Mark, you've been in a bazillion plays. You've been on the stage. You've been in movies.
Yeah.
So around all these actors, what do you think is going on internally for these people when they're doing this like heavy breathing exercise thing?
Yeah. Well, they're often trying to do their version of what they think it should look like. So it tends to be slightly romanticized because they've picked it up. But, most people have never lost a kid. And that's a great thing. Okay. So most people have seen what happens when you lose a kid from film or TV or the news. Yeah. And the news is edited. Okay. So we don't really know what to do in that situation other than have a real emotion and just like, you don't care. It's like a real emotion, or you have to piece together your idea of what should happen. So it can be quite disjointed rather than fluid and really, really passionate, I would say.
Mark, I would second what you're saying, because I would say when we watched the McCanns in the beginning, the reason we're on their payroll, people think, is because people thought they should be melodramatic and they were wiped. And sheer terror, those kinds of things. A person who has missed a baby, you lose somebody, forget death. Let's assume the child is missing. If they are putting on a show for you to feel okay for them, something is wrong. And this feels like a show because both of them are crying. And you know what? I think I have a handkerchief here somewhere that would pick up all their tears. Hold on.
Right.
Maybe that? I didn't see a single tear in any of this. I saw a bunch of going down the well, pretending to cry, a bunch of dry crying. Only thing we didn't get, Mark, is this.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. You did get it where he was rubbing on the side. I think.
Is that right?
He takes it and he rubs on. And then tears don't go over here to the side. They come down here to the front when they well up. They come down this way and right in there. They don't come out on the sides like that. So this guy, I'm telling you, man, they don't have any of those panic things where all of a sudden it hits them out of nowhere, those jolts of panic. Like, oh God, we're on, our kids, they're not reliving that feeling you have. And then you jolt back into, oh God, the child's gone. None of that.
And if you've studied even like a psychology 101, you go through attachment science and attachment theory. And in attachment theory, when it comes to parenting, in real parental trauma, speech orients outward, and it's toward regaining attachment. Everything is aimed at regaining the attachment to a child. And I also read that he was cross-eyed, this precious little boy. And I read an FBI study. I'll throw it in my notes so you can download it in the PDF that we put together. That the children that are disfigured in some way have a 30 to 40% higher likelihood of being hurt by parents.
It's
What are you
also an
talking about? Are you
it's also an
kidding me?
identifier, a big identifier. You would say, hey, here's something
Oh.
that stands out on my child.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is. And I mean, this goes back to even animals do this. Horses do this.
Humans doing that. Oh, Lord. Well, and he says her name is. Did he say her name is or just me?
I didn't hear that.
Her name's Emmanuel.
I think he said her.
Her name's Emmanuel.
We'll check it out.
Or the name.
Maybe
So-
the name sounds like her name.
Her name's Emmanuel.
Should we bat this around and say, what do we think's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we got more videos to do.
Oh,
mean,
okay.
let's take a look.
Just take that
Yeah.
out then. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Well, let's leave it in.
He's 7 months. He's 7 months old.
Have you been notified of any information yet by local authorities?
No, we have not.
They're
They haven't told us nothing.
they said they don't have any major updates.
What do you got, Greg?
you know what people typically don't do when they're in distress? They don't put their hands back behind.
Is that lightning?
Did you hear that?
I saw
happened
it.
right there, man.
Saw it.
Let me see.
What is right there? Another room or a door?
No,
Hang on a second.
one of your beloved squirrels.
That, friends, was almost the end of Scott Rouse.
It's
You,
terrific.
you almost witnessed the end of the behavior panel.
You remember that movie, The Great Outdoors?
Yeah.
No. Not
Where
saying.
there's a guy who'd been struck by lightning like 70 times.
66 times. 66. Six? No, it's just 66.
Did you know
I
that
I know a guy who's been struck
statistically,
twice.
if you get struck once, you're statistically likely to get struck again? What the is that?
I'll tell you why. It's the reason that you were struck the first time, which is you live in a certain place or you keep playing golf during, electrical storms. It's the reason why you got struck the first time.
I always thought it was.
Right. It's not. That's a whole different.
Okay.
That's a whole different.
Scott's going out to inventory the squirrels. He'll be back in about an hour.
He's out there right now looking up, Belinda?
Oh, poor Martha.
Yeah, I assume, are those all outside walls of his?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
in.
I can see there's movement out there.
Did you do inventory? Everybody okay?
Holy smokes, man. That was the loudest shit I've ever heard in my life.
It struck close because
Dude,
there was
right outside this wall here.
yeah. Have you got a window? Have you got a window there?
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was
Right
where the
there.
flash
Everything
came
went
from.
bright. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't see it.
Yeah, you should play
Yeah.
that back. Oh, yeah. Okay, came through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should play that back in slow motion.
You know what you should
Did
do?
flash?
is-
Yeah.
well, play it because you're going to have terror on your face and say,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What terrible.
you can,
I was like,
you can
because
say,
my
which
warning,
emotion do you see here?
but my instantly I got, you know what I thought? I thought, oh no, we're going to lose the show. So I'm looking right at the camera to see if everybody goes away. God.
So I had a good point. Nature interrupted.
Yeah.
me.
What was your point?
My point was, whenever I'm terrified, I don't do this. Well, awful
Yeah.
things are happening. Put your hands back on your hips, kind of relax a little. Put them in your pockets. Whatever she's doing. If you look at it, I don't know exactly what she's doing, but if you pull that video up, you could probably scan down and see her hands.
Again, here's what I will say in their favor and out of their favor. The story is a little bit dodgy, but it's consistent, which means they've talked to each other. Now,
That's what I think.
now that could be a good thing. I mean, because only one of them was there in the story. Only one of them was there in the story. So there's a good reason why you'd have to tell somebody else about that. But there's a consistency here in the story that almost suggests both of them have worked on the story because it's open system.
Because-
One of them isn't saying, "Look, I wasn't there, so I don't know." But here's what I do know: this kid gone.
But
Why
let's
don't
say
you tell
this.
us, Rebecca?
Here's a
Right.
theory. Let's say this happened. I'm just throwing this out there. let's say this guy's mean and he's mean to her and the kids, right? So he ends up giving her the bruise. He ends up bruising her. She's scared to death because what we're seeing in a lot of this is fear on her face. Not fear for that child, but fear for herself. So how do we know that? Because we'd have seen the fear the whole time for the child, or more often these little flashes of fear that are coming on in the middle of that. I won't go too deep into that. Now, at some point, he has to say, once he's done that to that child, all right, how are we going to get out of this? I need to get out, because she's got to be on his side or he's going to do that to her too. That's her fear, I think. So that's why the story's like that. He says, say this is what happened, because it doesn't say, it's not flowing enough from her. Not only is it probably not true, I don't think she's the one that came up with the story. I'm under the impression he did, if somebody did. He said, here's what you say. Say this happened. That's the way it'll work. That's what I think happened.
If we go look at the Wisnett example, family and family without family, remember, he controlled every movement of his wife, though. Every movement, or his girlfriend.
The
Did not
joints.
let her move at all. Put his knuckles against her head, all kinds of stuff. We don't see that here. We don't see that level of control.
Mark does that to me on planes.
Yeah. It's because the pilot and security asked me to. When I'm holding you down and they're like handcuffing you to that's the decision.
Zip tying you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, why don't we do the classic? We'll throw around the room, say what we think.
All
I
right.
just did that. I just told you what I thought. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah. So it does seem rehearsed as a double act and a little bit performative. So I would be concerned about it for sure. Yeah. Chase.
Yeah, this is only my opinion. Of course, all of us want baby Emmanuel back safe, and we all hope he's alive. What we're seeing here doesn't look like grief. It looks like performance. Innocent parents use discovery language. They name their child often, and they beg for outward help. And the desire to bring a kid back will almost always outweigh the fear of social judgment or breaking some norm and saying, we need everyone here helping us now. But we hear internal monologues, we hear retroactive detail, and all of this breath work that's going on here, it points towards guilt to me. Greg?
I think it stinks, and I think it stinks on two channels. I don't think this is one person. I would venture to say that they have rehearsed this, regardless of whether one person caused the problem. And I don't trust anybody who is trying really hard to make you feel their grief. People who are going through the loss of a child, whether it's that child's died or that child has disappeared, they are going through their own grief, and it ain't for you. And that's the key. Scott, what do you got?
Right. We didn't see anything in here that showed grief. And if you'll look until this thing where they're in the parking lot, their expressions were the same in the beginning. When she's sitting there telling what happened, when she's on the porch or wherever she is, and it goes to him holding the child, nothing going on anywhere. No expressions whatsoever. We do see a little bit of flash of anger on him, but I think maybe that's from pent-up aggression and anger for that personality type, whatever that may be. I'm just throwing that out there. So we didn't see the things we needed to see. We didn't see anything happen in the glabella at all, that little group of muscles right there. We didn't see any concern. We didn't see any worry. Greg, do the grief muscle real quick. We didn't see any grief muscle. Didn't see anything that should go along with this from a body language and behavior perspective. No expressions that go along with a missing child. There's no horror in there. There's nothing, these abdominal gasps that should be there that you got when we're talking about the breath work they're doing. Breath work, that's so funny. Because it's all pushing out. It's nothing coming in. They're not gasping, those quick little gasps that we should be seeing and hearing. So to me, this looks really suspect. And I hope and I think they will. I think they probably are just squatting on these people and I think she'll be the one that talks.
And I read
that
she stopped helping the police.
I did too.
Ooh. She stopped helping them?
Yeah, I don't know if this husband character did, but the article that I just, because I didn't know who this was, so I had to Google a bunch of key terms today to figure it out. But I read that she refuses to speak to police anymore.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, they lawyered up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you going to do? All right, fellas. Thanks is another good one, and we'll see you next time.
The behavior panel.
Cat dog chicken.
Help!
Cat dog chicken.
Help!
Cat dog chicken.
Help!
Cat dog chicken.
Help!
Cat dog chicken.
Help! Help!